Hi guys, welcome to Being Real, a podcast where it sounds like what it is. We're here to be real, have authentic conversations, no filter, just me and a camera. My name is Kylie. My goal is to be able to let you guys in on my life, my experiences, things I've learned, and things I'm learning, and bring you guys along for the ride. Our world has lacked a sense of authenticity, so let's bring it back by being real with one another. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Being Real. We are back in the office room. I don't want to say studio. It feels cringe. And also, it's actually an office and not really a studio. So, I mean, it is. But anywho, happy Wednesday, everybody. That's how I say it because that's how I spell it out when I'm writing it down. Anyways, hope you guys are having a happy Wednesday, and yeah, I hope that it's not raining where you guys are, because boy, howdy did it rain today, and I had to run to my car and got downpoured on, and it was awesome. Not really. Anywho, just got off work. A little update, been loving my new job. Definitely hard. I have my fair share of days where I'm just like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. This is hard. But I really do enjoy the challenge of something new and something that I don't fully know super well. So that's been going good. I feel like I'm starting to grasp it, which is awesome. But I also don't want to speak too soon because I'm only like 3 months in. Either way, definitely something I'm really grateful for. And definitely also an answered prayer in like a very, unexpected way, because some of you guys know I talked a little bit about how I was struggling in a whole job search area, and then all of a sudden like this job just like poofed out of nowhere. Also, if I'm itching here, I think a bug bit me, and so yeah, there's like a mosquito that somehow snuck into our house, and I think it's in here. I saw this little bug like flying all around, so who knows, it might go right past the camera. But yeah. Also, you guys are freaking awesome. Like, I don't know about any of the newbies. These are freaking awesome. I checked just how the channel's doing, and oh my gosh, like, we're almost at 300 followers, you guys. Like, that's insane. We're such a small channel still, but like, wow, that is insane. Like, means so much, seriously. I know I mentioned in the last episode that like Jack and I got to reach so many of you guys through just sharing our story and what we're going through right now, just with the whole orthodoxy, non-orthodoxy thing. And like, man, it's so cool to see you guys just supporting us in that way. So I just want to say thank you. And I hope you guys continue to stick along and stay around for the ride, because it sure ain't stopping. And if it does, it'll be for a reason, and I will let you guys know. Just kidding, it would not stop. But yeah, so I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't really fully know what to talk about in today's episode, just mainly because there's been a lot going on. Obviously, like, we talked about the whole orthodoxy thing, and then this past weekend we went out of town and tried to do a podcast on the road. Didn't really work out super well. Not super proud of how the audio came out, to be honest. So maybe in the future we can work our way up to nicer mics, but that is not now. In terms of like wireless ones that you can clip on is what I'm referring to. Great mics in here, but we're not necessarily a card road trip type of podcast. So that was kind of like a weird one-off type of situation. But thanks for bearing with us, even though the audio is a little goofy at times. But yeah, it's been crazy. We've been traveling and then traveling again this weekend and then the next and all kinds of fun stuff. So just a lot of moving around. But again, it's all good stuff. So kind of with that idea, kind of transitioned into the topic. Actually, before we jump into it, because I did say I want to do this, let's see if I can get Siri to work, because I do want to do a question of the day. Hey Siri, give me a question of the day. Hold on, let me turn my ringer on. Hey Siri, give me a question of the day. ChatGPT will do it. I know it. Give me a question of the day.
First one, if you could wake up having mastered one skill overnight, what would you want that skill to be?
I would say to be an expert jump roper. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know.
That'd actually be a really fun one. Picture it, waking up, and you can just like do double unders flawlessly. No tangled rope, no whacking your shins. Very handy if you like CrossFit.
Love it. Thank you. I don't know why I'm saying thank you to AI. Anyway, you guys, there's a question of the day. If you could master one skill overnight, what would you do? I want to start doing those. Think it'd be a fun way to intro the episode. I know a lot of podcasts do it, but maybe we'll do it with ChatGPT. It could be kind of fun to ask AI questions. Who knows? Or have it ask us questions. But yeah, so what I was saying, loop back around. The topic of today is, why are we addicted to productivity? In the sense of, we are so consumed by busy culture. I had an episode talking specifically about that. But yeah, like, why are we so addicted to productivity when it's like it makes us busy and it just consumes our mind with things, takes our mind off of things? I do feel like there's an achievement aspect to it where it's like we're addicted to the achievement that comes with productivity. Like, you just finished an assignment, you just finished like a really hard project you've been working on. It's like, whoo, I did it. And I think that's super exciting. But it can also become like an idol in a way, or like obsessive in a, I don't know. I feel like productivity has its pros and its cons, but I don't know. I do feel like we live in a culture where it's really hard to slow down. My favorite quote, I don't remember where I read it, so if you guys recognize where it's from, it's probably from a lot of different books / areas where somebody said it, but our world has a really hard time with being content, being bored. And I know for myself, I've lately been struggling a lot with that. Just like, I'm so go, go, go. I wake up, like, I try to wake up at 5:30 or earlier to get my run in, get my workout in. Does it happen? No, it does not happen all the time. When I get good sleep, heck yeah. But either way, try to go to bed early, try to wake up early, get the day started, go to work that 9 to 5, cue Dolly Parton. Just kidding, we're not going to do that. Copyright. But work the 9 to 5, then we get off, and I get to spend time with my amazing husband, Jackaroo Boo Boo Bear. I don't actually call him that, but I do call him Jackaroo sometimes. And Koa, oh my gosh, you guys, she gets the wiggles. She's like this whenever I get home, and she's so excited. Her whole body wiggles. Speaking of, she's getting her lady parts taken out tomorrow, so prayers for Koa that she recovers well. She's gonna have the cone of shame for a bit, so that'll be super sad to watch, but also really funny to watch her run into stuff with a cone on. So we'll make some fun videos and we'll update the gram with some of those. But yeah, anywho, yeah, I come home, get to spend time with my husband, spend time with the doggy, and then we go to bed, and it's like the next day, at least from like Monday through Friday. Then we got the weekend, we can do whatever we want. Like, for example, this weekend I'm going to a bachelorette trip, and that's going to be super fun. Get to celebrate a friend who's stepping into marriage soon. Super pumped. I love celebrating people. It's like a birthday party. and I love birthday parties, just getting to like hype my girlfriends and just get to love them well. And man, I love a good excuse to like celebrate another person. I don't know about you guys, but it's so fun. But I'm going all over the place. It's the end of the day, had Nalani, it's wearing off. Anywho, we're addicted to the constant go, go, go. So whenever the go stops and we're like, what do I do with my day? That's where we start to fill it with things. For me, I've talked about before, projects. I love projects. I grew up super crafty as a kid. I used to want to be a YouTuber with doing crafts. Here I am, turning it into like furniture projects. That's my version of adult crafts. Lowe's is my adult. Hobby Lobby. Actually, Hobby Lobby's for adults too. It's my adult craft store because it's for house projects and they're a lot bigger scale. But they're still super fun, and I like doing them, but I get to be crafty and creative with them, so there you go. But that's my version of, like, what I use to fill time when I have time. Not great. 1, it's expensive. 2, it takes a lot of time. And 3, it takes me away from people in my life, so that's kind of where it's not fun. Either way, we're still learning how to deal with when I do have time, what do I use it for? How do I use it well and purposefully? So purposefully can look like a lot of things for all kinds of different people. Purposefully could be journaling. It could be going on a walk, time away from your phone. For me, I work in front of a screen most of the day. So the last thing I want to do is go on a screen because I've been on them all day for like 8 hours. You know, honestly, Jack and I don't watch TV as much as we used to. He also works in front of a screen. So it's like, we do not want to do that. Which, if you do work in front of screens, anybody who does, night shift is your best friend. Saves your eyeballs. But yeah, we try to not do that because like we want to spend time with each other. We want to be present. And that's something we really, truly fight for whenever we get home is, all right, no YouTube reels, which we struggle with here and there, especially if it's raining out. But yeah, we really seek to find time and make it purposefully. The other thing is reading books. That's a super great way to use time if you have it. But I'll tell you what the greatest use of time is. Bear with me here. Staring at a wall. I know. Crazy. What? Are you going insane? Probably a little bit. I remember my therapist told me this whenever I went through a period of time when I went through therapy, just counseling. I mentioned before I had some family stuff going on at home. And so that's kind of why I went to therapy, and it helped a lot. Huge fan of therapy. Definitely helps you in a lot of different areas of your life. No matter what you're going through, even if you're not going through anything crazy, it's so good. It just brings awareness into everything in your life. It's kind of like going in third person view of your own life while you're living it. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Either way. So she told me, she was like, just take like 5 minutes of your day and stare at a wall. And I'm like, what? And she was like, trust me, you do it, you just let your mind wander. And it can go in all kinds of different places. And it's the one time in your day you can let that happen. And I was like, whoa, that's absolutely crazy. So for me, I don't actually just stare at a wall. I like to go on a walk, not with my phone or have it in my pocket. I don't use it out. Or I'll just kind of sit on our couch and stare out the window, which I actually really like to do because I get to look at nature and just let my thoughts wander, do whatever. That's a really great form of rest for me. So with the idea of rest, if you guys are kind of in this boat too, where you are just addicted to productivity, you're addicted to the hustle, and you just can't find time to slow down, find what your rest looks like. See what pockets of time in your day that you have. Step aside. Find that little pocket of time where you can just do nothing that involves what makes you productive. And I promise you, it will make you feel like a brand new person the next day. I promise. That and really good sleep, because I got great sleep the past 2 nights, feeling like I'm on cloud 9. So that's awesome. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier too, like we also just live in a culture where you can't slow down. You open Instagram or YouTube and there's a million things going on. Like, oh, wow. There's so many things. You go on Instagram Reels, scroll, YouTube Reels, and there's like a new thing every 5 seconds. And it's like you can't slow down. And in the videos, you see people doing things. So then you think that you can't not be doing things, because if you're not doing things, then you're behind. And that's another thing our culture tells you, is if you're not doing what everyone else is doing, you're behind. And it's not true. You are living your life, but you're looking at what everyone else is doing, which is making you feel behind. Or puts you in that comparison mindset. It makes you feel less than because you're not doing what they're doing. Guess what? That's a lie. That's a lie from Satan. And he is getting in your brain and he's like, hey man, this is how it's going. This is what the dealio is. And it's confusing and it's not true and it's a lie. Okay? Christ comes into our lives and he says, hey, this is actually what life is about. It's about joy. It's about fullness. It's about what's in front of you and being present. And the reason that being present brings you more life is because you get to experience it and it's not fake, it's real. It's like, that sounds way more truthful than, oh, in order to have a full life, I need to do what they're doing. I need to go on 1 million trips and I need to have $1 million. It's like, no. I've seen people who have little with way more joy than people who have a lot. And I think there's a reason for it. I think money is a tool, and the moment that you see it as more than a tool and something that you should rely on for joy, for fulfillment, that is the moment that you make it an idol, and the moment that it consumes your life and you lose your life. The reason you lose your life is because you're looking at this idol for fulfillment. And that's not how we're designed to live, you guys. I promise you. So, anyways, I'm getting on a tangent here. I need to be brought back down to earth. Hold on a second. Just had to take a breather. We're good. Anyways, hustle culture sucks. Don't get sucked into it because I definitely have. And even working like a 9-to-5 job throughout the week, it's like, I get caught in like, even today, like I had an appointment it was like 30 minutes long. Probably the quickest appointment in my life. I got my blood drawn, everything. It was great. But I was so worried. I went into work super early a few days, stayed 30 minutes after, which took time away from being home. And the reason why is I thought I needed like 2 hours to go to an appointment. It's like, okay, well, sometimes they do take a long time and you just can't plan for that. But also with that, I was like, I'm gonna have to rush. And so I like really quickly got out of work halfway through to go to my appointment. I was like rushing in my car, rushing in, and they're like, you'll be in and out. And I was like, perfect. I didn't have to rush at all. Like, it's crazy. Whenever you like take a minute to take a breather and slow down, you realize you don't have to rush as much as you think you do. It's kind of my point of saying all of that, even if it didn't make sense. But if you take a second to breathe, take a second to slow down for a sec. You take a second to slow down and just look at what's in front of you. You realize you really don't have to rush as much as you thought you did. Kind of ironic, but it's the world we live in. So warning. But anywho, question for you guys. Question I'm asking is, when kind of thinking about hustle culture, thinking about the addiction to productivity, what that looks like on a daily basis, even outside of work, even on the weekends, like I said, when there is time to be had, how am I spending it? Am I spending it trying to do stuff and fill that time, or am I spending it doing things purposefully, doing things that I enjoy? To answer that, and honestly, guys, I don't fully have an answer to that. Truthfully, there's a lot of areas in my life where I feel like I have a hard time just doing nothing. If I'm just answering that completely honest, it's kind of ironic I'm doing an episode about it because I'm still honestly trying to figure out how to be content being bored. I told you the whole thing my therapist mentioned to me, and I don't even do it a ton myself. Like I said, the window thing is probably the only thing I do, and it's great. Honestly, it's why I like running. Running for some reason feels like a way to slow down because I'm restricted to running like 4 miles without my phone unless it's music. Different. I have an exception for music. Guys, I don't do it all the time, but I do like to listen to music here and there. But whenever I go on a run, it's like 5 miles, 40 minutes. It's just my thoughts, open road, open trail, whatever, what have you. And it is time I get to just slow down. And I'm not sucked into the world where I'm rushing to the next thing, trying to get this done, this done, this done, and worrying about what's next week. And I love that aspect of it. So I'm not telling everyone you need to go run, but run. Just kidding. I do like running. I think it's a great way to definitely practice that. If you guys are trying to learn what it looks like to slow down, go on a walk. Like I said, just stare out your window for a second, like 5 minutes of your day. Analyze the world around you. Look at how green the grass is. If it's fall, look at how orange the leaves are. If it's winter, look at the snow. If there's no snow, find something else that's pretty. Because honestly, I don't really like the winter. It's not as pretty as the summer and spring. So shout out to spring and summer. I'm biased. But all that to say, you guys, we're all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to figure out what makes us rest the best. we're all trying to figure out how to not get sucked into culture and just live our lives. Like, this is your life. This is a life God gave you, which is a gift, by the way. If you were given a gift and somebody was telling you how you should use that gift, you wouldn't really like that, would you? No, you'd want to use that gift based on who gave it to you, because you would be like, wow, I really thank you so much for giving me that gift. I really want to honor you by giving me this gift, taking care of it, and I also want to use it well. Like, for example, even this camera that I'm recording this on, my amazing mother-in-law got it for me for my birthday because she knew I loved to take pictures and just soak in life and capture the world around me. And guess what? I'm using it now. And it's like, I want to take care of it. I have a case for it. I want to make sure it's all clean and it's protected. And like I said, I want to use it well. I want to use it for something like this where I can produce content for you guys and share what's going on in my life, what I'm learning. And also, I want to thank her. And I got to bring it with me and take videos from Jack's fight this past weekend. And she was like, oh, is that the camera that we got you? And I was like, it is. And she was so happy and she smiled. And it was like, wow. Like, that's kind of how God wants us to treat our lives, is he wants to see us enjoy it, live it fully. And he also wants to see us honor him through it. So it seems like it's not that hard to do as long as you're living your life well. And well means not trying to do what Tiffany over there is doing and Steven's over there doing. It's, what are you going to do with your life and how do you want to live it well? So there's my spiel. That's my thoughts. Not super crazy. I don't know everything. I'm still learning how to even live this life, and I'm figuring it out every day. So anyways, that's kind of all I wanted to share with you guys today. I just had some thoughts on it, and I hope you guys took something from it. If you did, great. Awesome. Praise God. If you didn't, that's okay too. There's another video. If it's not this one or this channel, there's another one you'll find. So all that to say, thank you guys for listening. It really, really does mean a lot. I really appreciate just the time you guys are taking to even listen and watch this video. Like, I put a lot of effort into it. I love creating things, like I said. And so it just means a lot to have just some support in just producing something that I really care about. Also, we will have more episodes discussing just our wrestling through the whole orthodoxy, non-orthodoxy discussion. That's not what this whole podcast is about. I do want to emphasize that. That's not what this whole podcast is about. That's an aspect of our lives that we're experiencing right now, which is why we felt the need to share it, but it's not fully what this channel is about. So I did want to emphasize that. But I am excited to have you guys along with it. It is something that is hard for sure. And it continues to develop. We continue to learn things and have discussions. So I will make sure that we will do another episode about it sometime soon. So stay tuned for that. But until then, until the next episode, which I don't know what that topic will be, but who knows? We'll figure it out when it comes. Hope you guys have a great week. And I love y'all. And don't forget, live your life. And don't forget to be real. Anywho's it. I'll see you in the next one. And like ChatGPT said, figure out what would you do if you could learn a skill overnight. If you woke up and you're like, oh my gosh, I could do a perfect cartwheel. Just had to end out with that because ChatGPT is awesome. All right, I'm official in this episode. So gonna go spend some time with my husband. It's still so crazy saying that out loud. I don't know if any other like newly married people feel that way, but it's like, that's my husband. It's crazy. Anyways, I love y'all. Peace.